Do you think $2,000 USD month enough to live off of comfortably in the US? No. If you don't have to pay for housing, maybe. If you live out of your car, maybe. That depends on a lot of factors. The main one would be where exactly you want to live. Then throw in questions like, are you earning to just support yourself or other people too? Do you have pets? And, what does comfortable mean to you? Where I live, it would be a challenge to live on that income by myself with no roommates. Not impossible, but certainly not comfortable. Depends on where you are on the East Coast. That won't even pay rent for about 100 miles around NYC. NVM cell phone, insurance, utilities, transportation, food, clothing, etc. It's possible if you don't have a car and you have roommates. But it's very poverty finance. You're going to be eating rice and beans. Hell no. There are places where that would be feasible with a roommate. $2,000 a month is $500 per week, is $12.50 an hour at 40 hours. I was making $500 a week in 2004, 20 years ago, when rent was $500. Unless you own your own home and car, I don't see how one could survive on $2,000 monthly in the US. Maybe out in the sticks, but there aren't enough jobs out there to go around. No. Sorry. It's why we moved back to the Midwest. Cheaper living. God forbid you have a medical emergency. Even the most well-off could go into bankruptcy with medical bills. As a single individual, that's my budget for rent housing. If that was all I was making, I'd probably be homeless. I suppose it might work in nowhere, Mississippi or something, but even then, that's be a stretch. Absolutely not. https://www.forbes.com/advisor/mortgages/cost-of-living-by-date/ Mississippi still has the lowest cost of living at approximately $30,000 a year. I personally couldn't do it, but I'm sure some folks can. Would make things like eating and paying for heat difficult. Would I want to live on that? Absolutely hell fucking no, but it's some weird Reddit thing to make it seem like this is impossible. As a single guy with 3 roommates, you can certainly still make life work on this income. No. This is why people end up getting married and or living with multiple people. Easier to survive in a group than on your own. This wasn't even comfortable in 2010. Depends honestly. In Jacksonville, Florida, you can rent a room with roommates for $750 a month. Food, let's say $400. Phone bill $70. You'll have about $800 to pay for transportation, insurance and other miscellaneous expenses. I think it's doable, but it's definitely tight. But that is well below minimum wage income and certainly not comfortable living. No. Double that, maybe in a low-cost city like Roanoke or Greensboro. Certainly not in a major city like New York, Boston, or Washington, D.C.